Hey guys, we're back again, 16.4, it's chipper time, and this week it is pretty much all about hip extension. Through each movement, the mobility demands, maybe the wall balls are going to need a little bit of mobility, but all the other stuff is pretty easy to go. We want activation, and we want activation of that hip extension. This week, you're going to fry through there, so we want to be really warm before we start this workout. We want our aerobic system to obviously carry us all the way through that 13 minutes to be nice and ready to go, but we also want our glutes, hamstrings, lower back to really be warmed up. Otherwise, if you hit this workout, you will not be able to move the next day. You probably won't be able to walk the next day properly, but you probably won't be able to move if you don't. So we want to start off with, I want you to prioritize your hips and your thoracic. And if you don't think you're going to get to the handstand push-ups, don't even worry about your shoulders, just go straight through your ankles as well. So the quick one, the one that we did last week, we just quickly brush over that again. One leg through, you're going to hit the 3 positions. So first of all is your hip flexor, nice tall body, tight abs, squeeze the bum, push forward, a minute in this position there. Turn around. Once again, the band's nice and high, kick that front leg out forward, and then we lean forward to get that hamstring stretch there, and then we're twisting through there, okay? Last one, I'll let you move around once again. We come on down into that position, tall body as that hip is now getting pulled open, okay, into that position. If you really want, if you feel a bit tight for the glutes, it might be good to add a pigeon stretch there, okay? Just holding that back leg out nice and straight, parallel hips through there, and we're holding that knee down firmly against the floor there. Maybe a minute or so in each of those positions there, guys, okay? The thoracic, if you want to refer to the earlier videos, maybe 16.1, I know we've definitely covered it. Foam roller, middle of the back, arms across the chest or behind the head is fine, and you're rolling back and forth there. Remember, always looking up towards the ceiling, so we're actually getting that thoracic to open up, we're not just beating up the muscles of the back, okay? Pick a spot and then peel yourself around to sort of open up that little bit more. This is going to help you with that wall ball, to keep looking up at that target and not get pulled down, look at the ground, okay? Then if we want to, the ankles as well for the wall ball will be a big one, so we can just lower that blue band back down and put the foot through. Kick forward once again. So this one we've covered in the earlier videos, so please refer to that one again if you want to know the full thing, but that is about a minute on each side once again, okay? I'm going to say if you maybe get to the handstand push-ups, but you're not 100% sure, at least get a dowel stick and go through some passovers or shoulder dislocates here. So do a few really wide, and as you start to get better, you'll go in further and further. This starts getting the rotator cuff at least warm, but also as well, I want you to really focus on keeping your glutes squeezed and your abs down. So we don't want to start to see these sort of happening there. So at least keep you tight for that handstand push-up. Excellent, guys, that's a mobility, done. Okay guys, like we said, for activation is all about hip extension. So I really want you to spend at least sort of 10 minutes getting this nice and warm, okay? The workout will help you as well. So first of all, if you've been coming to my back, bulletproof your back and core, this will ring some bells. So we're going to start here in this sort of position, Superman sort of position. We're going to lift opposite arm, opposite leg. So you want to squeeze your bum first as if you're going to prime that movement, and then lift left arm, right leg. You're going to do at least 5 to 10 on that side. Head looking down to the ground, so we're keeping that neutral spine. Swap to the other side, holding that, 5 to 10. Okay, and then finally, a Superman hold would be a good one. Don't need to do the rocks, just want to start getting all those muscles working. Really squeeze your bum, point your toes, push your toes together. Next, come on up into the 4-point kneeling position here. Lower back is in a curved position there, and we can do the exact same thing. Start holding here. Opposite arm, opposite leg. If you really want the extra challenge, take it out to the side. Holding it there just increases the torsion through the hips, really gets the glutes warmed up there. Do both sides. 10 to 15 second holds, 3 times through on them, okay? Excellent. Then we will stand up and we make it a little bit more like a deadlift, but still warming up each side individually to make sure that we're nice and warm, there's no imbalances. Stand on your left leg, hold it with your right hand, and we're going to do a single leg deadlift there. The slight bend in the leg that you're standing on. The back leg should be almost as straight as possible. We're looking to keep nice level hips. You're going to do with maybe a 12 kilo kettlebell for the guys, maybe a 6 to 8 for the ladies. We're going to do 10 on each side, guys. Leaning forward and back. Remember, opposite hand to the leg that you're standing on. That way, you'll start to get a really good workout through the hips. Okay, and then finally, we're going to go through a core sort of workout. So just to make sure that lower back is being looked after, we're going to hold that plank position there, and you're going to spend 10 to 15 seconds lifting a limb as you go around. So 10 to 15 seconds on each leg, widen the legs out and hold the arms. We don't want to see this position, it's not really helping us. We want to try to hold as flat as possible there. Both sides, guys. Excellent. That's your activation done there. Okay guys, forgot one more activation here for the shoulders. If you are getting to the handstand push-ups, you probably want to do this. It's going to start warming that rotator cuff up even more. Get the foam roller, put the hand against it so you're pressing to keep that foam roller against the wall as you go through a pressing action there. 10 on each side should be well and truly enough to start to feel the burn on the outside of the shoulder where the rotator cuff is actually working to get that external rotation, which is good when we start to get into that handstand push-up. Okay, excellent guys, that's the last one for the activation. Okay, lastly guys, we've got the mini workout to get you guys probably a little bit warmer, ready to go. Like I said, warming up that aerobic system, that system that's going to, the energy system that's going to take you all the way through the 13 minutes and make sure that you're not burning out too much at all, not breathing too heavy. So I'm probably going to say if you come on into the gym and the rowers are being used because the workout is on, hence the rowers will be used for calories, I'm going to say go for a run, 400-meter run there to start getting the body loosened up as well as the energy system nice and warm. Come back in, grab yourself a barbell and that blue band that you were using for the mobility, and we're going to chuck both legs through now, and we're going to bring it up around the hip. Now this is going to make it harder to get that hip extension through, so you really have to squeeze your bum. We're going to come on forward, grab that barbell, and we're going to, if I find myself positioned, go through 20 hip extensions or partial range deadlifts there, okay? Really focus on squeezing those glutes, try to get the body nice and tall, lock the legs out, squeeze the quads. 20 of those is really going to fire the glutes up, ready to get them nice and warm. Come out of that afterwards, pressing action as well as your core. So for the wall balls, the handstand push-ups, we're going to go through 10 strict presses here. Remember, we want that external rotation at the shoulders. So the elbows are in front of the bar, but I'm trying to get my elbows almost as close as possible. Tighten the stomach, squeeze the bum, press up from there. Go through 10 of those, guys. Then bring it back down to the back grab. Widen the hands out to around your snatch grip. And then we're going to rotate the elbows underneath to get that press. If you can do presses, do presses. If not, push presses will start at least getting a bit of a kipping action ready for those handstand push-ups. Finally, bring that barbell back to the back rack, and for the wall balls, we're going to do jump squats. Okay, put that bar onto your back, and that should really get the legs firing, ready to go with a bit of an eccentric sort of load there to really catch that ball and hit into it. Finally, the last bit of the workout, 30-second handstand hold, really focusing on pushing those active shoulders up and holding through there. So when we finish that movement of the handstand push-up, we're actually getting our feet high enough to cross that line for the feet. Okay? Excellent guys, so watched Macca do it this morning, so a few tips. He said if you put the barbell down earlier, maybe 2 to 3 reps before you think you're going into that real red zone where you're going to have to put it down and step back and really blow wind, so you can just stay over the bar. So 1, 2, maybe get to 10, maybe 15, drop the bar, shake it out, stay right there, and then go quick sort of 5 to maybe 8 after that, okay? You don't want to keep pushing long sets because they're just going to get slow and arduous and really burn that hip extension out, which you're going to need, like I said, for the later exercises. Once you can move to the wall ball, try to move it the best you can. If you're someone that thinks 55 is not that difficult, we'll go unbroken. You probably want to get onto that rower, and that's going to take the longest thing. So try to get to that as quickly as possible. And then the row, we want to just keep moving, okay? It's nothing we want to just push through and smash out 55 and then get off and be completely exhausted. You want to just keep moving at a consistent pace, something that's fast but it's not going to kill you, okay? Once you get, if you are aiming to get to those handstand push-ups and we're going to kip, just keep making sure that we're actually moving safely, moving consistently, and you'll get through them as best you can, okay? Excellent, guys. Have fun with it. We'll see you on Monday.